I'm Alexia Velica, and today I will present to you what TED Talks are and the advantages of watching them. The TED organization was founded by Richard Saul Verman and co-founded by Harry Marks in February 1984. Firstly, a TED Talk is a recorded public speaking presentation. TED is a non-profit organization devoted to spreading ideas, usually in the form of short, powerful talks. Secondly, almost anyone can give a TED Talk. When you have a great idea and want to share it with the whole world, then you are qualified. Now, we are going to watch some parts of a TED Talk about body language named Body Language Might Shape Who You Are, presented by Diana Tănăsescu.
So, I wanted to start by offering you a free non-tech life hack. And all it requires of you is this: to change your posture for 2 minutes. How many of you were sort of making yourself smaller before this? Maybe you're hunching, crossing your legs, maybe wrapping your...
In the beginning, Diana addresses the public, making them familiar with the topic. She draws the attention to the listeners, body language, engaging them with the subject.
So, we're really fascinated about body language, and we're particularly interested in other people's body language. So obviously, when we think about nonverbal behavior or body language, but we call it nonverbals as social scientists, it's language. So we think about communication. When we think about communication, we think about interactions. So what is your body language communicating to me? And what is mine communicating to you?
Now, the actual talk starts. The speaker gives an introduction to the idea of nonverbal behavior. She asks a rhetorical question that will be answered later in the speech.
So, social scientists have spent a lot of time looking at the effects of our body language or other people's body language on judgments. And we make sweeping judgments and influences from body language. And those judgments can predict really meaningful life outcomes, like who we hire or promote, who we go out on a date. For example, Nalini Ambadi, a researcher at Tufts University, shows that when people watch 30-second soundless clips of real physician-patient interactions, their judgments of the physician's niceness predict whether or not that physician will be sued. So it doesn't have to do so much with whether or not that physician was incompetent, but do we like that person and how they interacted?
In TED Talks, it is important to give an explanation that is easy for anyone to understand, no matter their age, education, or experience. Here, Diana gives an example that gets her point across, the example highlighting how nonverbal interaction is more important than people realize, because the subconscious creates an image based on this behavior.
We are also influenced by our nonverbals, our thoughts, our feelings, and our physiology. So what nonverbals am I talking about? I'm a social psychologist, I study prejudice, and I teach at a competitive business school. So it was inevitable that I would become interested in power dynamics. I became especially interested in nonverbal expressions of power and dominance. Well,
now, the speaker introduces herself by pointing out from where she got the inspiration to study this type of psychology. She makes a comparison between humans and animals and assists the viewer by giving visual representation of the body language. These nonverbal expressions are universal, showing how power and dominance are instinctively communicated.
I really feel like I got to say who I am and show who I am. So I want to ask you first, both to try power posing, and also I want to ask you to share the science, because this is simple. I don't have ego involved in this. Give it away. Share it with people. Because the people who can use it the most are the ones with no resources and no technology, no status and no power. Give it to them, because they can do it in private. They need their body's privacy and 2 minutes. And it can significantly change the outcomes of their lives. Thank you.
In the end, she addresses the audience once again, emphasizing the importance of sharing knowledge about body language with others. Through this final message, she engages the listeners, making them aware of the value of the information they have received and the impact it can have on their daily lives. Thank you.